Well, how did you feel about the whole KD to DC thing? How'd that all go for you?
How did I feel about it?
Yeah, I mean,
I felt fine about it.
Did the juices start flowing about that? Did it all fire back up for you or anything?
It did, in the sense of I don't remember if we talked about this, but I wrote about it. I sort of thought about it at the beginning of the season, and I wrote about it the other night during the game. And that was a great, really, really entertaining basketball game. It was a lot of fun, and you got to see how great KD was in that game. Of course, Westbrook stole the show at the end of the game with an awesome layup at the end. However, I think that people lose their minds over this stuff in Oklahoma City and beyond, particularly here since we're around it. But worrying about Kevin Durant, where he's going or what he's going to do or what he's thinking, or if he vacations in likes the beach or the mountains better, and how that relates to Oklahoma City is all going to be broken down ad nauseum for the next however many months until he's a free agent, which is at the end of next season. But the more we do that, the less we pay attention to how good he really is. And I think if you were worried about that the other night, and the T-shirts and the chatter and the commentators, then you missed Kevin Durant playing an exceptional game.
He did. And I guess that kind of leads me to my next question. Maybe you already answered it. Like, what's been the bigger difference lately? I mean, everybody's kind of saying, okay, Thunder have turned the corner. Well, why?
Well, I think, it helps certainly when Durant and Westbrook play better, and they certainly did against Orlando. They were really good against Miami.
Is that how simple the answer is? They just play better?
I think it is with that team. It's not about whether they get Brook Lopez or not. It's not about whether Reggie Jackson shows up or not. If one or both of those guys play really well, they're going to win most of the time. Now, that didn't happen against Miami, and Reggie Jackson played a great game and sort of bailed them out. But against the exceptional teams, it's hard to imagine we say Washington's exceptional, but they're one of the top teams in the East on the road. Those guys are going to have to play well, and they both did. I do think it's that easy, which is sort of the basis, all this metrics and everything else like that. I mean, I think there's some truth in when Kevin Durant's the best player on the floor, they're going to win.
A lot hadn't been made of it, but Steven Adams, while he hadn't really while he hadn't really struggled, he'd only been getting around 20 minutes a game. Against Washington, he plays 39 minutes and gets 20 boards. Which Steven Adams do you think we'll see more of down the stretch? The 39-minute type or the 15 to 18-minute type?
Well, that's a good one because, for years, Scott Brooks has talked about defending Kendrick Perkins and that we don't need offense from every position because a lot of people were fired up about why, Perkins wasn't better scoring the ball, and that's just never been anything he's good at, and that the Thunder need to do this and that and whatever with the center. But I don't know that Steven Adams needs to be better scoring the ball. I think he just needs to rebound and play a little bit of defense. So all this talk about Brook Lopez adding to the Thunder in the middle, I don't know if that's the way to go. I would stick to what they're doing. And if Steven Adams stays out of foul trouble, the more he's on the court, the better off they are. And mainly because they don't have to run the offense through him. When he's out there, he can facilitate to others, and he can finish every once in a while on a pick and roll, but he generally makes some bad decisions offensively as opposed to good ones.
Andrew Gilman joins us on the Little Caesars Hot and Ready hotline on 107.7 The Franchise. How interested are you in tonight? Does this?
Quite.
I would imagine, right?
Who? First time they get to face Tabo. That's big.
Oh, that's right. Well, what's the storyline to you? Is that it?
No. What else is there, dude?
Well, I think that's my point on the question. Is that why are we here with this team, with this Hawks team, when I don't really know what the big storyline is?
Well, the storyline is they've won 14 in a row. Thunder get to play a quality team in the East.
Yeah, you're right. I guess I didn't ask the question right. Well, it's 14 in a row, but just who are they? What I mean?
The Hawks have been. They have had zero identity for the better part of the season. We just don't know what they are. And I don't know if this is a team that can sustain itself in the playoffs. I don't know enough about those guys. But it's the Hawks playing the best basketball of anyone in the NBA. I guess you could put Golden State next to them. And the Thunder playing their best basketball of the season right now. And it's sort of the two have come together. And I think that's interesting enough. It really is. Plus, KD's gotten into it with DeMarre Carroll in the past, couple seasons ago when Carroll was with Utah, so there's always that storyline. Jeff Teague versus Russell Westbrook should be really good because he's an all-star. He's a guy that should be on the all-star team. I don't know that he was voted as a starter or anything. He's not that big of a name, but I think there's lots of stuff there. But mainly, it's the Thunder playing their best basketball of the year. And even if you don't even evaluate the Hawks situation into it and just think Thunder, then you watch just the Thunder, then you think, well, this is another opportunity to see what they can do playing hot. Because they really haven't done much of it this year.
By the way, and this kind of flies under the radar when you win as excitedly as the Thunder beat the Wizards, but Dion Waiters 34 minutes, Reggie Jackson 14. Like we're back to that again.
No, yeah, we are back to that. But remember, the game before that, Reggie was much better against Miami.
And this is how he's rewarded.
Right. Well, I don't know if it's a reward. I'll say this about Reggie Jackson, shooting 47% over the last 5 games, and I think Waiters has played for 6 or 7. So since Waiters has come on, obviously Reggie's playing time has fluctuated a lot more, and he's not the sixth man. We know that. But he's played pretty decent. Now, he's had a couple clunkers in there, but he's played pretty decent. And to shoot 47%, which is better than he shot this season, I think either someone got to him, an agent or an outside source that said, listen, you're just killing yourself here because if he's going to get moved, he better play well because that'll increase his trade value. I think he recognizes that there's money on the table.
So what do you got? No, that's definitely fair. Are you into Deflategate at all?
Here's why I'm not into it. I don't know that anyone really is, but
yeah, they are.
This is a rule 2 days ago that we had no idea about, and now everyone's fired up about it. I don't get that.
Well, I mean, and the people who have been listening to me the last 3 days ad nauseum are probably done hearing me espouse this, but I don't think it's the crime. I think it's the criminal.
Yeah, that's probably true. They have a track record. You're right about that. Now, here's the sport. Why does it even matter? If the quarterbacks choose which ball they get to play with, I guess there's some reason for it, but it doesn't matter to me. I think the PGA Tour should be in the business of mandating the size and the make and the model of the golf ball. It's weird to me that anyone can play whatever ball they want in golf.
By the way, what'd you make of the Allenby story?
I think it's made up.
I think so, too.
I think that involved with a criminal element of some sort. He was out drinking with his friends.
Well, it sounds like drugs in a strip club. He was drugged in a strip club.
Right, and that's
which
hard
always
to
goes well.
Well, yes, it does. I think he probably did something that he wasn't very proud of and had a little too much to drink and spent a little bit too much money and then recognized he was with some degree of criminal element, whether it's a lady of the evening or something beyond that, I don't know, but it was something that he was embarrassed about because clearly he did get beat up. Now, that part's not made up. Because as you saw the pictures, I don't think he doctored those pictures, do you?
No.
Fell on a lava rock is what he did.
Yeah.
Fell on a lava rock.
Todd is an international superstar. He's well-versed in Italian cuisine, Asian-made vehicles, and European soccer. Excuse me, football. But management frowns upon Todd's soccer talk. Screw it. Let's sneak in some real quick. Here's 10 seconds of soccer with Todd Lisenbee. Starting now.
Real six-pointer this weekend. The top two teams in the table, Chelsea and Manchester City, Saturday, 10:30 Central. The Citizens need to win if they want a chance at the title in the Premier League.
And that was 10 seconds of soccer.
You gave Andrew no time.
You gave me no time, but I think tomorrow is Man City versus Middlesbrough. I think we got FA Cup first, right?
Oh, Todd.
I think Todd was wrong.
I was looking at the schedule for the following weekend.
Inaccurate.
What kind of fan are you?
An inaccurate 10
Oh,
seconds.
my gosh.
Championship side, Middlesbrough playing up a division.
Forgot it's an FA Cup weekend.
I'm going for the Borough on this one. It's my favorite team in the championship side.
This has been a terrible segment. See you later, Andrew.
Okay, guys.
All right, man. Andrew Gilman on the Little Caesars Hot and Ready Hotline.